baby.
Captain Leslie Sike, wife Carolann, cinematographer David Farr, and I, Gay Currie, set sail aboard Aqua on the first Canadian subarctic sailing expedition into Hudson Bay. The 2,700-mile journey was Leslie's dream, to capture a first for Canada, to be the first sailboat to cross Hudson Bay.
We have been working on this for approximately 10 years now. So this isn't, it's not just something that we decided overnight. And we found out that there's no Canadian boat has entered the Hudson Bay since the early explorers, and so we decided that here is a project, a Canadiana sort of, that we could do, and we would like to do this to be sure that the first sailboat or a yacht entering Hudson Bay should be a Canadian one. The boat was designed for this right from the beginning. She's all welded steel. We have the top-of-the-line equipment, our winches, electronic equipment. Anything that we have installed on the boat is pretty well the best that you can buy. So should we bump into to an ice or a growler, we should be able to survive and come out of it with just a bit of a scratch or a dent, maybe.
To increase our chances of success, we realized that the expedition needed a major sponsor.
We are very grateful to some of our sponsors, which numbers to about 36 up to date.
Our dedicated and unrelenting approach to a project we deeply believed in gave birth to our public relations program. People started to believe in us.
We require 150 charts for this trip. This is the navigation area. This is where all the chart work will be done, since all our instruments are here. The charts have to be mounted and numbered, so we have ready access to them, just as we require them as we progress on this trip. This is the power plant of Aqua. She's equipped with a 61 horsepower Volvo Penta diesel engine. In the engine room also I have bilge pumps, electric bilge pumps. This is where I have the alternators, 2 separate alternators for 2 separate DC electrical systems. The S50 autopilot. With equipment like this and well installed, good quality products, we will look after them and the trip should be a success. So we shouldn't have any problems. If we do our homework properly, we do the maintenance properly, she should be a success.
Aqua, although she is a 41-foot yacht and has quite a bit of stowage area, still we have to take a great amount of things with us on this expedition, and we must use the space efficiently.
Derek Tidd, president of Showbex, kindly offered us exposure at the Canadian Spring Boat Show 1985. A surprise honor, Captain Sike was invited to open the show as fleet captain.
I'd like to wish the exhibitors and the management every success, and I declare the 1985 Canadian Spring Boat Show officially open. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you. You're going to make it.
Thank you.
I know you will.
The booth we ran afforded us the opportunity to gain public and commercial sponsorship. We ran an Aqua t-shirt promo and sold tickets for our May 6th press conference and fundraiser. I was not excluded from any of the fundraising efforts.
As the crew's going to be unemployed for 4 months, and that's the length of time it takes to make the one-way trip, we're having a fundraiser tonight.
East 85th and Front, a cozy bar near Toronto's harbourfront, was the site I chose for my crew fundraising party. Friends and strangers united that evening in support of our venture. Everyone enjoyed meeting the crew and learned more about the purpose of the expedition.
That sound, guys. First one this year.
We sailed down to Whitby Harbor to have Aquastar hauled out to paint the bottom and work on the propeller shaft. After the work is completed, we'll put her back into the water and we'll sail back to Toronto for the May 18th departure. I'd like to propose a toast to Julius, and I would like to thank him on behalf of the crew of Aquastar.
This has been a pleasure, really, because this is, I should say, one of the rare occasions when we have a celebrity like you here at the Hungarian Hut, who is getting into something that will achieve something very historical for Canada.
Thank you very much.
The best of luck.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you.
A superb dinner party was held in our honor, hosted by Julius Hegedus of the Toronto Hungarian Hut. Attended by many of Leslie's friends, the soiree was a memorable success. It was this growing moral support that fortified our own faith and spurred us on in pursuit of our goal. We will forever be indebted to these warm hearts.
On behalf of Cantera, we'd like to welcome these true adventurers, wish them every success, look forward to seeing them in Hudson's Bay later this summer. We hope we can greet them with some fresh diesel oil for their auxiliary, but if not, we'll still welcome them. We want them to have every happiness and lots of success, lots of fun, and above all, a safe voyage there and back. Thank you.
Cantera Energy Limited proved to be our guardian angel.
Just so that we can get some advertising on the shores of Hudson's Bay where the millions of people will be lined up to watch them sailing. We've got a pennant here which we hope they'll fly proudly, safely, and happily. That's a very good way. Yeah.
The Oil Exploration Company gifted us with their full support when they agreed to become our long-sought-after major sponsor. 350 people attended our May 6th press conference and dinner party. Many more had participated, making the evening a smashing success. Cantera's commitment to us was the icing on the cake. We then knew we were fulfilling more than a private dream. Our goal was to promote the Canadian spirit of adventure in the historical and sporting sense. On May 6th, we achieved the first significant step towards that goal.
On behalf of the crew of Aquastar and myself, I'd like to thank you and Cantera Energy Limited to be our major sponsor. We were really hoping for people like you. Thank you very much, and we'll do our best to please the Canadian people, to be the first Canadian to sail into the Hudson Bay. And thank you very much.
Aquastar moored in Port Whitby Marina while we fully provisioned her. We received communications, safety, navigation equipment, and food in staggered shipments. Many long days were spent packing, labeling, repacking, before Aquastar and crew were almost ready to depart.
Is that it?
I noticed. Yeah.
On behalf of the council and the people of Toronto, to wish bon voyage to the crew of the Aqua Star on what is an air salute, and what is the beginning of a momentous adventure in Canadian seafaring history. And I'm delighted that it's a Canadian sailing vessel that will be the first to do this. I'm even more delighted when I see on the back we have Aqua Star being registered in Toronto. But let me, on behalf of the people of this city, say how delighted I am with being part of this bon voyage ceremony, to wish you every bit of good luck, fair winds, and bon voyage on your trip.
I must begin by admitting that I'm a confirmed power boater, and I don't have the nerve to go across Toronto Bay without my 16 cylinders going underneath me. So I have a fair degree of appreciation for the trip that these people are about to undertake. I've also spent some time off the Labrador coast on Cantera drilling rigs and have a sense of both the beauty and the desolation and the difficulty that country can create for people. And we're really very pleased as the main operator in that part of the world in drilling for oil and gas that we can provide an infrastructure in terms of communication support, and also have been able to provide emergency equipment to make this voyage the success I know it would be. And we're really pleased to be part of it and wish the 4 crew members all the best in their trip.
They that go down to the sea in ships and occupy their business on the great waters, these men see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. We pray for this crew who have undertaken this voyage in faith and hope. Give them strength, courage, and wisdom that they may bring this great venture to a successful conclusion, and are able to give thanks to thee for thy guidance, for thy presence and protection. This we ask in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much for everybody. I'd like to thank our major sponsors and all our sponsors, to all our friends, relatives, and all of you whom I haven't met to be here today. On behalf of Aqua Star's crew, I'd like to make this promise that we will do our best at all times to make this a successful first Canadian subarctic sailing expedition into Hudson Bay. Thank you very much.
Bon Voyage Day had finally arrived. For at least Leslie and I, it was a day filled with all the charm and excitement of a Christmas morning. For Carolann, it was more like the day after Christmas. Carolann, whose talents as master organizer had shone throughout our preparations, seemed a little lost on departure day, having left nothing in disarray.
I've been waiting for this for 10 years. Whether it's rain or snow, I feel good. I don't even know it's raining today. All aboard! Okay, hon. Oh, see you, sweetheart. Thanks, great.
For each of us, it was a special day, and we felt proud to be the Aqua Star team on the threshold of a great adventure. I could not help feeling impassioned by the Bon Voyage ceremony. Almost every member of the well-wishing public who gathered at Queen's Quay Terminal that day suffered one of my suffocating polar bear hugs. A short thunderstorm did not prevent some hardy sailors and a press boat, the Southern Star, from escorting us out the Eastern Gap.
It hasn't really hit me yet. It's going to hit me once I pass Montreal. Then I'm going to feel like we're really on a voyage here.
We'll take it wherever way we can get it, we'll take it.
first leg of our trip was from Toronto to the Strait of Belle Isle. Our time of arrival at the Strait was not to be until the first week of July, as ice could block our passage northwards. We spent a 6-week trip up the St. Lawrence Seaway, learning about each other, as life aboard Aqua became more organized, and we were bonded by our common goal. The Strait was a thrill for all of us as we sailed past icebergs for the very first time. Their size, colors, and shapes gripped our imaginations.
We are at the place called Hawks Harbor, which is on the Labrador coast. We have successfully went through the Strait of Belle Isle. As far as the beauty of the locations and the surroundings, I cannot explain it with words. People would have to see it for themselves. As we went through the Strait of Belle Isle and out into the Atlantic, or the Labrador Sea, the icebergs are more numerous and much, much bigger. The people that we met in some of the settlements that we have visited are very friendly, very beautiful, very hospitable. So far we are on schedule. Yes, everything works out fine. We have to rely on the radar, the satellite navigation equipment, as well as the Omega. Between these three systems and our head reckoning, we're always on time and we always find our target. Thank you very much, and we miss you all, and we'll be in touch with you shortly again. Thanks and bye. Over.
Navigating the second leg of our trip, the Labrador coast, we stopped in many ports and were always pleasantly surprised by the warm welcome we received. Our encounters with the Inuit people proved to be educational, teaching us that the brotherhood and community spirit were always upheld despite economic problems. We were a little nervous as we approached the Hudson Strait, the third leg of our expedition. We had already been stuck twice in pack ice. To have met ice floes in the Hudson Strait could have meant delaying the expedition 1 year. Having grown accustomed to a few hardships, however, long hours at the helm in sub-zero temperatures, we never lost spirit. The Arctic has a singular serenity that makes city living seem a madness. Although we were sad to leave our newfound friends in Salouet, our last port of call on the south shore of the Hudson Strait, we were anxious and excited to set sail upon the final leg of our adventure, the crossing of Hudson Bay.
News cameraman Matt Phillips from City TV flew from Toronto to Churchill courtesy of Cantera Energy Limited in order to shoot our arrival. A surprise to all of us, Matt was able to meet us on the rig, the Nedrill 2.
As of today, we are into our 106th day of the expedition. A couple of days ago, in the evening, we arrived here on Nedrill 2. This is one of the Cantera's drilling ships. The feeling that we had to spot this rig in the middle of Hudson Bay is very difficult to explain. When we left Toronto, I was given 12 numbers, and this is what I had to go by. And through those 12 numbers, I found this rig right here, as you can see, in the middle of Hudson's Bay. We have been pounded by terrible storms and gale force wind that was clocked up to 55 and gusted to 65 miles an hour. And the seas were approximately 20 feet high, to the point where Aquastar was no longer able to fight the conditions, and we were losing battle. For 5 days, we were drifting in a southeasterly direction until we were approximately 100 nautical miles away from our intended course. And there was nothing, absolutely nothing we could do about it. Fatigue was very bad. We were all very tired because even though we went down below to rest or to sleep, it was impossible because there were certain times when you were completely out of your bunk and you were on the ceiling of Aquastar. And there she was, straight ahead of us, a needle sticking out of the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, it's a real nice expedition, and I think people being 102 days on such a small yacht in such severe conditions, I have a lot of respect for them because I wouldn't do it myself. We're here drilling a well for Pantera, and we started this well as soon as the ice was broken. It was the end of July. This drill ship, Nedrill 2, has worked 4 years, 4 seasons offshore Labrador already for Petro-Canada, so we are pretty familiar with these waters. We had a severe storm a couple of days ago, but we managed to keep the rig over the location because this actually is for a drilling ship, a dynamic position drilling ship. This is a very big one, and we have about 25,000 horsepower on our 9 propellers, which keep the rig over the position.
This is the Nedrill 2 dynamic positioning room. What happens here is, in this room we keep the rig or the ship in position so that the drill string and everything is right underneath the rotary table. The way we do this is we have a transmitter on the seabed. This transmitter sends pulses which are received by receivers underneath the ship. Those signals are used by the computer to calculate how far the ship is off with respect to the hull. The hull, or well, you can see on this screen, is right in the middle. The pip represents the ship. Now, if the ship moves off with respect to the hull, the computer commands the thrusters, 9 of them, to give a certain amount of thrust in the opposite direction where it moved off to. And that's the whole process of dynamic positioning, sailing to stay on the same spot as long as possible.
Early tomorrow morning, right after breakfast, we will be transferred from Nedrill in a basket to another ship, one of the supply ship, probably the Arctic Chico. And from the Arctic Chico, we will be transferred into a rescue boat. The rescue boat will take us out to another boat, the one that's circling around with Aquastar, and we will be transferred over to Aquastar. Then we're going to pick up some water and some food that has been given to us. And we're going to start heading for Churchill tomorrow morning. And we hope, if everything goes well, we should be in Churchill in 2 days. That should mark the end of the expedition.
It was nice meeting them all, and I'm very happy that we had an opportunity to give him hospitality and to give him an opportunity to have a shower and a good night's sleep on the rig. I hope they enjoyed it, and I wish them a real happy trip to Churchill, and I wish them all the best, you see, because I really admire them. And I'm happy they came, they called the rig, so we had an opportunity to meet them.
Matt's return trip to Churchill was aboard the Takapoo, the drill ship's supply vessel.
Aqua Star, Takapoo. I'll copy over.
Takapoo, this is Aqua Star. Go ahead, over.
Aqua Star, Takapoo, roger, good evening. Yeah, you've got your photographer here taking some pictures and recording this, so I decided to give you a call, so I guess I could get on TV here, over.
Jim, I haven't had a chance to really thank you and your men for babysitting Aqua Star for that period that we were at Ned Drill 2. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, over.
Oh, you're kindly welcome.
When we arrived at Ned Drill and I stuck my teeth into a steak, my God, I just can't explain the feeling, how fantastic that was. So yes, you guys were just absolutely wonderful to us. Over.
I'm more than happy to help you out there, and I sure hope you have a pleasant voyage the rest of the way to Churchill. It looks like the forecast is going to be favorable for you. When you get in Churchill, hopefully you should be in there Tuesday morning. Maybe we can all get together and have a chat, over.
Yes, sir, I can hardly wait to do that. Yes, okay then, thanks again, Jim, and say thank you to all the fellas on board of your ship, and looking forward to seeing you and get together in Churchill. Thanks again, and Aqua Star back on standby, Channel 8, over.
Soapstone shores at Churchill Harbour capitalized the raw beauty of our Arctic journey and seemed to glisten in anticipation of our arrival.
It's okay to dream, but get after it.
That's right.
Okay, guys, I think this is it. Another couple of 100 yards, and in 10 years of planning and hard work.
And 4 months of suffering.
And 108 days of suffering, yes, finally will come to an end.
Yay! Hello, Churchill!
Hard to believe.
Hello, Churchill! Is this really Churchill? When should we throw?
Right in between. This is Churchill. Man.
Good to see you.
Later. I gotta touch land, guys. I'm. David, our guy here, yeah.
Get out on land, yes.
Guys, I'm.
Land. Okay, land.
Hi, Churchill.
Gotta get your land legs out.
Yeah.
Oh, let me touch this. I made it. Guys, now I feel that I made it. Hi, Jude.
Hi.
Sweetheart.
Good for you.
10 years of planning.
Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you enjoying beautiful downtown Churchill?
Yeah, okay, guy. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Captain. Mark Ingress, Mayor of Churchill.
I said, boy, this got to be the friendliest people. Look at them waving already. And here it turned out to be they're chasing the bugs away.
And we have a couple.
And you got a handful of pins as well.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
With the local town emblem on it.
Okay, great.
And that's about all we can do, except for maybe a couple of beer at the Legion.
He's a member of that Legion.
That's good. That's our gathering spot.
Well, being here in Churchill, success feels better than I thought it would. It's pretty exciting. I'm also exhausted. It was the best of times and the worst of times out there at sea. But I think the most important thing to remember is that 4 Canadians as a team made history for Canada. And I personally achieved my goal as a sailor and where I want to be in sailing. And there's still a lot to learn. We better shake hands.
Okay.
For this one?
Yeah. Thank you, guy. Gay.
You too. Hello there, you handsome brute.
Ugly thing. Cantera, you guardian angels, you. This is beautiful.
There was a surprise around every corner. We were very fortunate. We met wonderful, warm-hearted people, and I learned a lesson, and that's that the world could be closer if we made time for it.
108 days out in the sea, 4 people locked up in Aqua, living together. It was a great experience, once in a lifetime. Not very many people will ever have that.
As I have said before, our purpose and goal was to promote the Canadian spirit of adventure and seafaring heritage. And what we have done here, of 4 of us, just goes to show that Canadians can do it, Canadians can be first.